everybody, it's Katie here with Us From Books and More. I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell you guys a little bit about my story and give you 3 tools that you can use today to help connect with your kids through books. So I finally took the Usborne Books and More challenge, and I'm not quite sure why I waited. The mini enrollment kit is only $75 and you get over $150 in books and supplies, and there's no sales minimum, so I'm not sure why I waited. But anyway, the timing was right for me, and it's just been so awesome so far. So my journey with books started at my baby shower with my oldest, who is now 7. And my aunt gave me a beautiful gift with about 4 to 6 board books, and mostly the classics, of course, like Goodnight Moon and things like that. But on the card, she wrote something that really planted a seed in my mind and in my heart, and she wrote, "For creating memories." And just like that, something stuck out to me and just hit a huge chord with me. So that's why, that's what we're doing when we're reading with our little ones. We're creating memories with them. And we're hitting all of the 5 love languages, the words of affirmation, the acts of service, the physical touch, the quality time. What's the 5th one? I don't know. But anyway, we're hitting them all when we're sitting down and reading books with our kids. And so my 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old Levi, he came up to me and he always says, "Let's cuddle." And most of the time he has a book in his hand. And so to him, he connects reading with a great time with his cuddling with his mama. So I love that. So anyways, through that, I just always kept thinking about for creating memories and reading books with kids and creating memories with kids. And so that's been something that I've done since Ethan was an itty bitty baby. And so I never knew though where to start when choosing books at the library. So I would just kind of go down the rows and just grab whatever looked good. Totally breaking the rule of don't judge a book by its cover. So that's one thing that I love about Usborne Books is there's the dedication to quality. This company has been around for a long time, and they just keep innovating and keep just coming out with new and awesome and better and better and better books. So I really love that about Usborne. So at some point, I found this book that I just wanted to share with you guys. This is the first resource that I'll share. It's the Read Aloud Handbook. And this book has just been a great resource to me. So Jim Trelease, I think is how you say his last name. He just talks really frankly and with a lot of experience in this book, and I just devoured what he had to say about reading aloud with your kids and literacy and just the importance of reading books together with the kids in your life. So the first half of this book, he explains why it's important to read aloud to your kids and addresses some of the questions and concerns that he's heard since making this kind of his life's mission. So this is the 7th edition of this book, and so he just keeps adding more and more information. So one thing that stuck out to me in this book, and it kind of summarizes the whole thing, he says, if there really is a shortage of time, steal it from other subjects that are not as essential as reading, which includes pretty much everything else. And so he just really takes the stance that reading with our kids is one of the most important things that we can do, period. So the second half of the book here is actually just a treasury full of good books to read with your kids. So check this book out if you haven't heard of it before. So another resource I wanted to give to you guys is called Honey for a Child's Heart. And same principle, she goes through what influences your kids and overcoming obstacles and just connecting with books. And so she also has tons and tons and tons of resources in different genres and ages in the back here. And so this is a great resource too if you haven't heard of that. The third resource I wanted to share with you guys is called Read Aloud Revival, and it's kind of a combo resource. There's a website, membership, and a podcast. And Sarah McKenzie is a homeschooling mom of 6, and so her kids are in 2 groupings. She has older teenager kids and younger groups, and so she has a unique perspective where she's been there, but she's also gets to kind of have a do-over. And so the tagline for the podcast is helping you build lasting and meaningful connections with your kids through books. And that sums up what they do at the Read Aloud Revival podcast. So check that out too if you haven't. So 3 resources for you. The Read Aloud Handbook, and Honey for a Child's Heart, and then the Read Aloud Revival, which I'll link here in this post as well. So thanks so much for hanging out with us this week for this Facebook party. We're so glad you're here, and we'll be seeing you later on. Bye.